Happy Saturday to all my fellow notaries, all of my fellow loan signing agents. How you guys doing? It's your girl V, the notary. I hope you guys are having a fantastic Saturday, enjoying the weather wherever you're at. And I wanted to talk to you guys about probably the most important subject, well, to you, or one of the most important subjects, which is what to charge as a loan signing agent. Okay, so once you first get your notary public, then you go through your training, you become a loan signing agent, preferably a certified loan signing agent with the National Notary Association. Once you get that, you know, you're going through all of the motions as far as finding title companies. You're trying to find loan signing services and everything. You're trying to go through the motions of growing your business. Then bam, you know, all of it pays off and you start, you know, getting notifications. You start getting people contacting you guys about signings. Okay, so you're at the point where you have these different, you know, whether it's signing orders, snap docs, you know, signature closers, etc., etc. There are so many different loan signing services out there. They start contacting you, and then you start getting offers. You're looking at these offers. You're like, okay, is this too high? Is this too low? Da 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 da. So let's get into that. Let's talk about that specifically now. My suggestion to you guys as you're growing and learning and growing your business is, in the beginning, once you guys start getting your first loan signings, this sounds bad, but it's really not, because you're kind of trying to get your feet wet. You're learning the ins and outs of what it takes and what goes into each of your loan signings. So my suggestion to you, I would say, for the first month of getting, you know, I would say let's not take a time frame. Let's just say your first 5 to 10 loan signings. My suggestion to you is to take what you are offered. You know, unless it's a situation where, you know, let's just say you live in Texas and they offer you a $50 buyer's signing and it's like, let's say 40 minutes away. Then that, you know, you might want to start thinking about, you know, declining those kind of offers, right? Because it's just not worth the time and the effort and all the printing and all, you know, you usually will have scan backs and things like that, right? So if it's just too time consuming and the pay is just ridiculously low, then you can either decline it, or you can, you know, contact them and say, hey, this is what I would like to be offered. But let's say you get a seller's signing package, and let's just say it's 10-15 minutes from your house and it comes in at $60. I'm just throwing numbers out there. I'm giving you guys an example. My suggestion is you just take them. Take some of the first loan signings that you get, regardless of the price. Again, considering it's not too far from you. The reason why I say that is because in the beginning, you don't know what you're doing, okay? And given that you don't know what you're doing, you could make mistakes. You know, you're not as seasoned, and there's just things that you're not, regardless of the training that you've taken, there's things that you're not going to know until you get into the loan signing, until you get your groove into everything, until you find your right pace. And then there's things that you'll kind of start to learn and see with every single signing that you do. Every signing that you do is different. Every buyer, seller, everybody who's doing a home equity line of credit, every person who's refinancing their home, everybody's different. So each signing is going to be very unique and very, very different. And so with each one, you're going to learn more. You're going to say, okay, well, this worked. Let me tweak my strategy here, da 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 da, right? And so all of that comes with time, but you're not going to get to that point until you actually start getting in there in the nitty gritty and learning how to properly identify documents. You're going to learn how to explain them. That's a whole other subject. But for the purposes of pricing each one of your, you know, presenting fees or accepting fees, in the beginning, for those first 5 to 10 signings, take what you get, the offers, run with it, and learn as much as you can. Now, after you have your first, you know, beginner signings, your first few, you know, 5 to 10 signings, you're going to start to see that each signing is not created equal, you're gonna start to be able to distinguish, okay, this just really isn't worth my time. These type of signings tend to be longer and more time consuming. I'm going to need to adjust my fees. Now, for me, I'm gonna give you guys an example. For buyers packages and refinance packages specifically, because those packages tend to be longer. I mean, as far as time wise, you're going to be at the signing longer than you will with a home equity line of credit or a seller's package. And again, I'm just giving you examples. So where I'm at now, I'm not leaving the house for under $100 for refinance packages and for buyer's packages. That is the minimum that I'm willing to accept, and I'm going to tell you why. Refinance packages and buyer's packages tend to be more paper. With that, let's just say if you have scan backs, for example, most orders on signing order, they want you to scan back the entire package. And what a scan back is, you know, after you have completed the signing, the title company usually wants you to scan back. You're scanning the documents and sending them via email to the title companies before you send them off. So again, you have the signing. Let's say that you have a buyer's package and it's 150 pages. Sometimes they're more, okay? 150 pages and you have 2 buyers. So you have to print out a package for you, which is the original documents that both buyers will sign that will go to the title company. Then you have to print back, you have to also print 2 copies, 1 for each signer. That's a lot of paper, y'all. If it's 150 pages, that is 450 pages right there. That's a lot of paper. Again, you know, you're usually dealing with letter and legal papers. Most packages have a variation, you know, they're both sizes of papers are mixed in. So again, that's a lot of paper. It takes a lot of time. You got to go to the signing, you know, depending on what type of buyer you get. Some buyers want to read everything before they sign. That will draw out the signing. Then you have some signers who have kind of already reviewed the documents and then they're signing pretty quickly. So you get my drift where it can turn out to be time consuming. And doing that, some of these signing services, they try to lowball you. They're sending you offers for $70, $60. I've seen, and I'm not gonna call out any specific signing services that lowball you, not in this video at least, but there are signing services that are sending you, you know, packages and offers for, let's just say, a buyer signing for $60. That is crazy. For all the work that you have to do, $60, it's not, you're not being compensated properly. And this is my opinion. Some people may not agree. I personally, I want to, you know, I'm aiming to get for each, you know, buyer's package at this point. And I'm throwing out buyer's packages because again, they tend to be a little more time consuming. I really want $130, $130 to $150. But, you know, I'm starting to negotiate up from $100 because it's not worth my time and money and the energy, right? So, for example, for sellers packages, and I get offers for 100 and up for sellers packages. I love sellers packages because they're, you know, sometimes they can be anywhere from 30 to, usually range 30 to 65 pages. You know, they're much quicker. You're in and out. You know, I'm not accepting anything less than $85. And those are my fees for sellers packages. Home equity line of credit, $80 and up. But when I was first starting, when you start to get, you know, your momentum going, you know, home equity line of credit, you know, which again tends to be quicker. It can be 15 minutes, 15 to 30 minutes in and out. You know, I would take those offers that would be $50, $60, $70. And again, once you feel more confident and you actually get better at doing this, because it is a craft and you have to hone in on your craft, you get more confident, you get better with prepping the package, you get better with, you know, explaining each of the documents to the signers. That confidence, you know you're improving in what you're setting out to do. And so that in turn with your improvement is going to allow you to feel more confident with requesting, okay, I need a higher fee. So I just wanted to talk to you guys about negotiating your fees, what to say. And usually, when you get an offer, at the point where you develop relationships with signing services, there are several that I speak to, them, and they know me personally, so they'll call me now directly. And especially when you get to that point, you can, you kind of get that rapport with the agency, and you can, request certain fees, and they usually oblige and, kind of agree to that. And, and because it is a lot of work, and you are the person who is actually connecting and touching, the client. So, they're usually really good about meeting you, once you've developed a relationship with them. So I really wanted to do this video to let you know that in the beginning, while you're getting your feet wet, while you're getting acquainted with learning the documents and getting familiar with the process that goes into each signing, to not feel bad about taking some of the lower offers, because there's a method to all of this madness, and it allows you to get better at your skill, get better as a loan signing agent, and it allows you to feel comfortable and deserve to request higher fees. And then, like I said, don't be afraid once you know that you're good, and once you know that with me, I'm really good. I have a good rapport with each of the clients. I make them feel comfortable in the signings, and so I know that the client appreciates me, and that in turn, increases and makes your relationship stronger with the signing service companies as well. So, like I said, once you get your feet wet, don't forget or don't feel bad about requesting higher fees for each signing. Rule of thumb, like I said, home equity line of credit signings and seller packages tend to be quicker. There are less pages that you have to print. And then reverse mortgage, that's a whole other situation. My fee for reverse mortgage packages is $150 and up, and that is because there are lots of papers to print, and the clients, I don't want to say the dominated type of client with reverse mortgage, but we'll just say that with reverse mortgage packages, they tend to be very slow. The whole process, and once you sit down at the table with the client, they can tend to go slow. So with that being said, time is money. So I'm going to charge, and I'm going to need to be compensated appropriately. And then you sometimes have signings where it is with both the buyer and the seller. And in those situations, you can also increase your fee for those as well. So, don't be afraid to adjust your fees as your experience improves. But in the beginning, also be willing to take some of the lower fees so that you can get better acquainted with the process. Okay? And if anybody has any questions for me, please drop down in the comments. Let me know what works for you. If you are currently a loan signing agent, what is your strategy, or how do you go about increasing your fees, decreasing, however, what was your time frame for making adjustment to your fees for each of your loan signings? How do you go about that? What is your process? I want to hear, and I want to build a strong community where we can all, kind of just bounce ideas off of each other. And for those of you, again, who are looking to get into being a notary or a loan signing agent, just so that you kind of get, as you get your footing, what to expect as it pertains to getting offers for loan signings, and then, what's the appropriate time to adjust your fees per signing. Okay. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it's helpful. And again, I'm V the Notary. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to get in the comments. And please don't forget to like and subscribe, you guys. I'm growing this channel, and I'm really excited about it. So please like and subscribe and share this video with anybody that who could benefit from this, or who is looking to become a notary or loan signing agent. Okay. So you guys have a fantastic rest of your Saturday, and I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.